Hi everyone, it's me Kevin. I am back with yet another video. I know it's been a little while since I recorded a video and posted anything, and that is because my life is a horror story, an American horror story. Anyways, I thought I could pick back up by giving y'all a Grundos Cafe related video. But before I get into that, I just wanted to quickly announce that I will be giving away 10 referral codes to Grundos Cafe. I'll give more information on how to enter that at the end of the video, as well as adding that into the description box. So you can skip to the end or read the description or just wait till the end and just watch. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. You're your own person. So with that said, today, if you could not tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be showing y'all something crazy that got added. It actually came out a little while ago, but y'all, the Battledome is finally here. I feel like this is such a monumental step in just Grundos Cafe history, and like literally less than a year in and we already have the Battledome coming in. Take a look at this front page. I personally, when I saw this, it like unlocked a bunch of memories because I kind of forgot that there was a front page for the Battledome, but it has everything you can think of as far as a one-player perspective, and I'll be going through all those details in a second. If you're not familiar with Grundos Cafe, it is a private server that is made to replicate the old vintage Neopets experience. Think back to 2005, 2006, but they've also been adding modern twists to it to like correct some of the tedious parts of it, some of the parts that are probably a little iffy nowadays, and just making everything a little bit easier to do for everyone. For example, the sidebar where you can go directly to your dailies and it'll tell you when things are doable. I feel slightly richer. I love it. So to get into the Battledome, as you can see, when you get in here, there's the front page. There are the arenas, but these aren't functional, but like, look at the art here. When's the last time you even saw this stuff? Next up, we have the Battlepedia. It is an encyclopedia for all the Battledome items in the game. They have 113 pages worth of information here, and everything within this encyclopedia is an active Battledome item. So they have more or less everything in here, and I think they tried to stay pretty close to replicating the original stats, unless it was like really weak or really strong, and they did a bit of balancing to kind of mitigate that difference. I know that they put a lot of work into making sure that the balancing of the icons and all that was as close to the true state of the old Battledome as possible, so there's a lot of work that went into that I think the team should be applauded for. There's also fairy abilities, and they did reduce some of the mechanics here. They removed some of the really broken ones, I believe, and they're still Sink and Burrow, but I don't know if they're as good as they were back then. And you also need to use a lot more fairies to get the abilities, which I think is good. They even have like all the animations if you hover over them. Isn't that cool? Next up, we have the status page. Of course, this is my main battle pet, Kevin, my namesake. I have a handful of abilities on him. I haven't put too much time into doing the variabilities or stuff. I've just been testing around because I know that we're currently in the alpha version, so that's pre-beta. Yeah, it'll be a while before we leave all these like different, testing phases, just because we want to like knock out all the bugs before we say this is like a fully functional feature. Oh, I got a random event. Next up, we have equipment here. As you can see, there's a handful of items that I've already put on my Grawl. I have the Kachika Life Potion as well. I think what they might do with species related stuff is like not actually make it limited to species, but just make the effects stronger if you're the correct species using an item, which I think is pretty cool as well. You'll also see these little buttons underneath the items that bring you to different places on the Battledome, which, for example, you can take it off and go to your inventory, or you can check the stats of this item by clicking this, or you can go to your armory. So like if you're familiar with the closet on Neopets, you can like have like a specific safety deposit box, I guess, for specifically your equipment, and then you can like immediately equip 2 pets within this tab, and you can bring it in and out directly with those buttons. So I think that's like a really, really cool feature that I imagine will be heavily used, and it's just a really awesome quality of life update. Before I get into the one-player Battledome actual like fights, I'll also look at the high scores. The high scores are just the number of times you've beaten a boss or a monster, and then you are added to a high score list of how many times you've beaten them. I think I've only done this like once or twice, so I might be on the high score for this one. Yeah, 3 times versus this person's 226, so I'm getting there. I'll also add that every time you beat a challenger, they get a little bit harder, so it's like it like scales very high. This is the main page where you pick a opponent to beat. Obviously, I have my pet selected here, but you'll recognize a lot of these, I'm sure, if you're familiar with the old Battledome. Punchback Bob, Inflatable Balthazar, Harry the Mutant Mohawk, Muka, Highland Chia. So this is like that main dummy that doesn't do any damage to you. It's just like a challenger you can fight to get a gauge of what damage you can do. So over here I did these two as well as attacking Berserk. You can see all the icons that it did over here and the total damage I did to that challenger. There's Kasuki Lu. I think I can beat him with this alone. Yeah, 98 damage, even though he blocked a bunch. As you can see, like all the mechanics here, icon-wise, blocking, it all works. I don't know, just like seeing these challenges again, it's just like very nostalgic for me, and I haven't seen them in so long. It's really cool to be able to do this again. Let's see. Maybe I'll use the King's Lens because yeah, the reflect mechanics also work right now. So I used the King's Lens and I reflected 1 and like a half Earth icons back. All right. Did 205 damage, beat the Robo Grawl. There's obviously not like a victory page that I don't know if you remember, but there is supposed to be one. I'm sure that'll be added eventually. All right, let's try one that I like lose to a lot. For some reason, I always lose to this guy. So what I try to do is like play super safe until I get a freeze with the Donnie Smell It. Okay, or he can freeze me and just beat me up. Come on, let me freeze ya. Let me freeze ya. Maybe I'll heal and holy poop. Look at all the damage. What the heck? There's no way. Yo, am I gonna beat him? Oh my gosh, that was close. I did not think I would beat him. Okay, nice. Ew, so I've beaten him 4 times now, so if I fought him again, he would have more HP. Also, Defenders of Neopets is probably a priority for them as well. If you're not familiar with Defenders of Neopets, it's like basically like multiple challenges that you can take and the bosses get harder and harder as you fight them. And every time you beat a new boss, it like upgrades your trophy and gives you like a really cool reward of like avatars. And I think they'll probably add items tied to this as well. It's been broken on Retail's Battledome for probably like well over a decade. It's just really sad because I feel like it was such a really great mechanism to introduce people to the Battledome because, you know, it starts out really easy and then you slowly train your pet and they're able to fight the harder and harder opponents. I don't know. It's like sad to see stuff like that just like be completely forgotten about. So I'll be excited to see that added back again. And of course, 2-player fighting will be added at some point within the community. 2-player Battledoming is like, you know, was like a staple gameplay for a lot of the people that used to play really heavily back in the days. So if we see that again, it'll just be super cool. Okay, so now that I've given you a preview of the Battledome, I'll talk about the Grundos Cafe referral codes that I'm going to be giving away. So yeah, I have 10 codes that I can give away. In order to be counted for this giveaway, leave a comment telling me why you want to play the game and also leave a method of like contacting you. So like an Instagram or a Twitter handle or just leaving your YouTube DMs open. Is YouTube DM a thing? I don't really know. Leave a way for me to contact you and I will select 10 people and send over codes. You don't have to be subscribed to me. I'm not big. I don't like to force people to like subscribe to me, but if you enjoy my content, you can subscribe to me. Maybe, possibly. It's up to you. But yeah, that's it. So hope a lot of you can leave me fun comments to read and I look forward to picking and choosing winners. With that said, I think that'll be a wrap for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you are all staying safe, drinking a lot of water, eating a lot of food, and I will see y'all for the next one. Bye.